Hello world, welcome to the journalist chair, and today we have a distinguished guest from different world, from the different country, and they are from long distance, and one of the guests from Uzbekistan and another one from the Sri Lanka. The especially of the guests, both of them, they are from China, and they're starting in the China, and right now they're leaving their country. So they have a first experience what happened inside in China, and what's the first time they heard about the COVID-19, and what about their impression. So please welcome our guest tonight. So Akila, hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you? How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, and we are try to connect. Maftuna, you're here right now. So hi Maftuna, how are you?
Yeah, I'm here.
So,
I'm fine, thank you, guys.
Yeah, it's super. So for our audience, if you guys, if both of you introduce yourselves, that will be amazing. Please first start, Akila.
um, yeah, hi. Yeah. Thanks for having me. First, I would like to thank you for giving this opportunity to me. And Makila Nanayakkara from Sri Lanka, and 24 years old, and undergraduate in engineering in China. That's it.
Oh, super! You're young. No problems. Maftuna, please.
Okay, so my name is Masuna Nurkolova. I'm from Uzbekistan. I'm 21 years old, and I'm studying China and Sichuan province, Hindu City, Southwest Petroleum University.
Wow. And thank you. Thanks both of you to be here. So basically, Maftuna and Akila, we all are informed about the right now world situations because the pandemic is going on and chance is going on to the world. Because we know that COVID-19 is not discriminating color, is not discriminating any richest country or poorest country. Whatever country you are living, every country are affected by the COVID-19. So if I ask Akila, what about your observation? What about the situations right now in Sri Lanka?
First of all, like if I talk about the numbers for today, we have 245 infected persons and 70 something recovered persons, and also 7 deaths, unfortunately. So that's about the numbers. For now, we have. So I'm living in Colombo, the capital city of Sri Lanka. So my city has been locked down since 19th of last month. So it's almost 1 month now. So all the sectors are closed, and airports, something, everything. Only the essential services inactive. So that is the situation in Sri Lanka
Yeah,
right
I
now.
hope. I hope. I mean, we saw that the COVID-19 first hit in Italy, and then right after the USA is a very dangerous zone right now, and I think still the Central Asia and South Asia is okay. So Maftona, if I ask you, like we know the Uzbekistan is in one of the wonderful place, and which was a part of the Soviet Union, and this place is very known to the historical archaeological place, and right, everyone are fascinated when they know like Silk Road. So if I ask you, like, what are the situations right now about the Uzbekistan, and how? I mean, whatever the case right now.
Okay, so let's start. From 16 March, we are in quarantine, so nothing is working except the hospital and everything is closed. Till now, we have 1,390 cases, 170 who already recovered, and just for deaths. And all the educational systems they are closed, and the education system it went to online. Like the my nephews, like all the students here, they study online.
Wow, well, this is great. I mean, right now the world, they're because of the COVID-19 pandemic, they all are adopting the newest strategy to operate their regular activity. I think that's very needed for the everyone and for all of the country. So, Akila, if I ask you, like, you guys are from you starting in China and the world know. I mean, the first COVID-19 factored in China. So I mean, when you first heard about the COVID-19 and when you came back from the China.
You know, when it started, I was in my, I was doing my final year examination. Then I mean, about January 10th, and right after I end my examination, I flew to Sri Lanka. So for my vacation. So then only I knew about the bad this kind, about this virus and all. Then day by day it was increased. So I go to my colleagues in my country. We are like 27 Sri Lankans in my university. So I called them. Then I asked about the situation and all. So day by day it increased. The number of infected persons every day. So that's what I got from them. So then they came to Sri Lanka after me. After like 10 days, they came to Sri Lanka as well.
Yeah, I mean, so the first you heard from your colleague and who informed you like something happening around
Yeah.
I mean, in your country. So and then they inform them about the situations, what's going on inside and around the world,
Yeah.
and then you just come back in your country, right?
No, 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 no. I came before. I came before for my vacation. So
Okay.
then only after I came back to my country, then there was a rumor like something in the social media. There's a virus called Corona, like, and COVID-19 in Facebook. Then I was like, I was wondering, then I was confused. Then I called to my colleagues and asked, what is happening, guys? So they say like it's there is a
Colleague from the
virus.
China, colleague from the China, or
Yeah, colleagues from my country. They
okay,
are studying. They are studying with me in my
in
university.
China.
They didn't come to Sri Lanka for vacation. That's why they stayed there.
Okay.
But after 10 days, they also came because of the
Okay.
situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone, I mean, tense about it because all of the family members and they know like this situation because this is kind of the unknown situation that the world are facing right now. Maftana, when you first heard about the COVID-19 and when you first heard, what was in your mind?
Okay, so I came back for winter vacation on 10th January. So, to be frank, I really didn't know before like something about the virus. So when I came after a few days, my neighbors, everyone was start asking me, so how is the condition in China? There is a virus over there. So how is everything going? And I was really surprised because I really didn't know anything. Then even I wanted to know, like I went to some social media, social networks to get some information about that virus. And to be honest, I never thought that this virus can be that serious. And I just thought like it's some kind of virus which will just go on. But now it's like increasing day by day. So
Yeah, I
that's
mean,
really
nobody
scary.
thought that it's kind of happened. It's kind of doing the devastations
Yeah.
in such a way. So, Akila, like right now, I mean, every country, the people, those who are come back from the China, and psychologically, people are treating them like in a different way. People try to see different way. People try to ask, and a lot of people are facing the problem because people feel okay, you are come from China, and then it might be you bring the virus. So, what kind of did you face any problems? What kind of situation you are like psychologically people isolated you? And I mean, and then other questions if I added, do you know like any of your friends, those who are living in China, and anyone COVID-19 affected?
No, no. I have no one infected. My friends are not infected. When regarding me, like one day I was traveling. I was traveling in a taxi, and that guy was talking about coronavirus and everything. There is a virus, a big, it's very big virus and all, dangerous and all. I was like, yes, yes, and all. Then he asked, brother, what are you doing? Then I said, like, I'm studying. Where are you studying? I'm studying in China. Then he was like, very, very confused, and very
Yeah.
nervous. And he was like, that the people were like, every time if I say after that, after this situation, when I say I'm studying in China, they always say, oh, do you know any corona patients? How about your city, and how about the situation in your university and all? Did you quarantine and all? And I was like, yes, and I was self
Yeah,
quarantined
this
and
is a question. Did you quarantine? This is a question from the
yeah,
audience also. Did you quarantine?
yeah. Some
Yeah, I mean,
some people are refused, to meet some friends of
oh,
theirs,
so
something that, yeah.
sad.
Then
Yeah.
after 2 weeks, it went all right.
Oh, it's so sad. It's happening around the world, you know. So
It's
Maftuna, so what about the story of you? Like the same thing happened to you. I mean, your family is scared, or the how people respond to you, even your friends, because you back from China.
Okay, so I think my story is more funny. So firstly, Alhamdulillah, no one from my friends, they didn't infected. And so when I came after a few days, I think 5 or 6 days, the first thing was that two nurses from hospital, they came to check. They came to check my temperature, they checked my blood pressure, and they were asking from which province, from which city I came, when I came to from China. Then after a few days, all my friends they start texting me like, hey, Puna, what's up? How is everything going? So you came from China. Are you okay? From which province? Like everyone were asking. So like that was a little bit funny, I think, because like there is some friends with whom I didn't even talk for 10 or more than 10 years. They did text me, like they were asking me, oh, you are in China. How is everything? Are you all right? So yeah,
Yeah, I mean, this is a kind of frustrating thing happening because
yeah,
though the people are talking about like everything is a lockdown, but we believe creativity is on lockdown. We believe love is on lockdown. We believe recreation is on lockdown, and the funny moment is on lockdown. You know, we can right now we are from the long distance, but we are able to communicate. So this is a time to be talk to people. This is a time to be stay stay with the people. I mean, definitely maintaining the social distance or physical distance. So Akila, like you are from one of the engineering university, who is one of the top university in China, and this is in I mean one of the very good university in the world ranking. So how you are, because in China they're so fast and they're communicating so fast and everything, even they don't stop people's. Sometimes people say that like Chinese people are working as a robot. So in these circumstances, how they're communicating with you, I mean your faculty, and how you will continue study.
Uh, Basically, nowadays we are doing online lectures. We are having online lectures. They have specific apps for that. The popular one is WeChat.
Yeah.
WeChat is very popular in China. So everyone, the university is sending us some messages, news and updates. They are giving their updates from through WeChat. And also we are doing our online lectures from Ding Talk, app called Ding Talk. So this is the basically this is what we are using nowadays. So the thing is like they are not actually calling, they are not updating actually, like if we ask something they will answer, then that is their style actually. Like if they say like like teacher, what should we do, and they say something like that. I think their problem is already finished, so they are just concerning to start when we can start our university and all.
yeah,
So the problem is with us now,
Yeah.
not with them.
Yeah.
So if some if they ask us to come again, for this situation we can't come because for me my airport is also locked down now. So um, even for me, I think if we talk about the online lectures,
Yeah.
uh, it is not effective, as I would say.
Yeah.
uh, I would say, but what should we do? because of this situation, we have to bear some situations as well. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Maftun, if I ask you like any kind of extra precautious, and you can also add it from the Aquila's comment, and any kind of extra precautious like the faculty members and also your family members they're taking like, okay, so you need to be careful about about the circumstances, or right now you have to be wear the masks, or you have to be do the test before entering in China, or any kind of announcement or any kind of notice you get from your faculty, or and how you are right now continuing your study.
Okay, so please, can you repeat the last question because I missed that.
The
What was
last
the
question
last
is
question?
how, so you both of you are from the same university. So I'm talking about your country and also your family. Did you get any notice or any kind of announcement from the Chinese embassy or your faculty, like any kind of there any kind of questions they ask to you or any kind of precautions you need to know or you need to do before visiting the China again?
No, 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 no. I didn't get any notification. So no, I think no, I didn't get it.
Yeah, and how you are continuing your study with your faculty and the other peoples.
So there, my study is going well. In the beginning, it was a little bit difficult for me to join to different apps. So, and not just like because of the app. So, online courses is a little bit difficult for me because, for example, if I have some question, the teachers they are not always online to answer the question, and I hope that soon we'll go back.
Yeah, Akhil, if I ask you like, what was the life like in China? Because I know you are from a country where like there's a multicultural, people are so open up, even people celebrate the culture, people spend their more time and for the recreations. So what's the like life in China?
If
And if
I
you
talk,
share your like your daily life, like how you how you spend your time there.
yeah, as an engineering student, my schedule is very, tough. So, uh, I am attending to day my lectures, and if I have some free time, of course, I'll spend with my friends, and my batchmates, classmates, and everything. Guys, and I'm for me, I like to play some sports like cricket, and I can't play football as well. I'm playing basketball and all for spend my free time to spend my free time. So for me, China is a good country. Every time when I have time, I'm trying to explore China. I like to I would like to invite you to Chengdu. Chengdu is a very beautiful city. So every time if I have time, I'm going to Chengdu to see around. Uh, this is the basic. This is what I'm doing basically in China. Most of the time I'm studying. Most
Yeah,
of the time I'm
and
studying.
if I ask to the Maftun, like we know the Uzbekistan is also like the cultural country, and people love to talk with each other, and people love to gather, people love to celebrate. So, and as a girl, and what is look like in China, and what how you are enjoying in China? Even there is I don't know, like even there, for a lot of the international media, we heard that China is people are not get their freedom, and there's a lot of things happening in China. And so, can you answer these questions? Like, how was your day and how you spend your time? Did you enjoy the time inside in China?
So yeah, so the my time in China it was really amazing. I really enjoyed. Okay, in the beginning I was a little bit scared, so because it was my first trip to go abroad from my country. So first time when I came, I little bit felt um, the culture shock Then I met a lot of friends, and I also loved the education system. It's a little bit different from my country, and uh, even now, for example, my parents they are saying that, oh, just leave it, like let's continue studying Uzbekistan. Like I prefer studying China. I really like it. So my days, like I have had great time in China.
Yeah. So Akhila, and we know that right now the situations in China, though China is already recovered rather than other country, and they try to recover it and try to go to their pre-schedules. So in these circumstances, like when you will, I mean, when your vacation will finish and when you will go there, or like your family right now, even your relatives, they're really care about you right now, like to go, I mean they're scared or not, like because every country, even because every country they're right now thinking how they will communicate with the China and what kind of procedure it will be. So when everything's will be okay in China, so when you'll go back and or any kind of spatial care, like or any kind of precautions you need to do to go in China. Suppose before you was like, okay, there is nothing, I can go, I can move with all of my friends, and you can do your schedule study. But right now, something something chance happen, might happen in your mind. Like, what do you think? I mean, what will be the scenario right after math?
Uh, for me, I asked this question from my department. So I asked, like, actually, I'm really, I'm really like to stay in China with my, it's very free. So that's why I asked from my department. So when they ask, I ask when we, when we can come back. They said like we can't tell now. We can't tell now. Um, as I know, they asked us to stay this semester in our countries. Then after this semester and after the summer vacation, maybe they will allow us to come back to China. They say we have, as a country, they say like they need to find a vaccine first. They need to find a
Okay.
vaccine. They need to find a vaccine. Then after that, they will allow the foreigners to come back to China. Otherwise, they will not allow to come back to China because they already cancelled
Yeah.
visas also for
I
this
mean,
reason.
so regarding that, so it's easily can understand like situation of China inside is still not good. Still, they try to recover it
Yeah,
because and nobody knows when people will have to make the vaccine and when able because it's still the medicine. There is no medicine for the COVID-19 because around the world they're talking about that. So, Maftuna, what about your preparations? Because when you I mean, when the situation is gonna be okay. So, do you able to go back in China again, and like your family or your relatives will allow to you go in China?
So I hope they will allow it. So, but I think if China will recover, like if everything, the first problem for now is the there is no planes like I can even if I want like I can't go now because I think all the airways is closed now. Like exactly in my country, they are closed, and I hope so. I'll go back. I will talk to my parents. So now I can, because even they are of course scared. For I think if we'll compare with Aquila, for me it's a little bit difficult because I'm a girl, and my parents. I hope they will allow me to go back.
Yeah, and we wish like everyone able to go back. Like we wish so
Yeah.
that all the people around the world so that they will be okay. So Akila, this is a kind of I can ask you something. This is kind of blame game is going on around the world. This is a curiosity because before starting this show, I asked a lot of people what kind of questions I might ask to you. Like had an experience in China, people are around the world, people are blaming the China, like the COVID-19 is a Chinese virus, and people are talking about that. So I mean, because you had a wonderful experience inside in China and you have a lot of friends and still you want to go back there and you want to continue your study, So in this blame game during the, I mean, COVID-19 pandemic, what, I mean, what you will say? What will be your comment? Like, why people are saying that? Why people are not trusting China?
My personal opinion, personal idea about this. I think for China, they don't need to, they don't, they are just, they have everything. They don't want to, they have nothing to collect again and again. They have everything. So I don't think they will do such disgusting things like this for their to improve their economy and all. mm, that's it, yeah. So
Yeah,
I think China will not do it like this kind of, they will they will not definitely they will
yeah.
not make this kind of
I mean,
policy.
we also don't want to believe that this is a man-made. Even people are talking about this is kind of the biological weapons, and nobody knows. This is still this is an under the, I mean, under the justifications because
Yeah.
I mean there is no proper answer for that. Maftuna, if I like ask you something like the Uzbekistan, you are able to use all kind of social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I mean, inside of China, are you allowed to use the social media, or you get the same independency as like of the Uzbekistan?
Yeah, yeah, we can.
Sure. Okay, so I mean, you are allowed to use the Facebook, you are allowed to use the Twitter, you are allowed to use the Instagram, LinkedIn, and everything. Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
I mean that's interesting because a lot of people talk about China block a lot of social media, and China block a lot of social media, and people are not able to use Facebook. Definitely they are using the WeChat and a different kind of system China have. So I mean right now, when last time you talk with your friends, those who are inside in China, Maftuna.
Mm. You are asking when was the last time when I talked to them, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I did talk to them like 2 days ago. So the thing which my friend they're saying and the condition is in the city is a little bit different. So my friend he's saying that he already continuing working and the condition is really good there. So even he was giving me hope that maybe in May we will go back to China.
Oh, I
So
mean,
I hope that
he's the
yeah,
friend from, he's the Chinese friend, or like he's the friend from other country.
Chinese friends.
Okay, so they share any story, or like they're scared about anything else because this thing is going on, or like they're okay.
They are okay.
Okay,
Like
so I mean,
they
they don't have any panic situations, and they're not tense, or they share
no
any
no
kind of
no
story,
no.
like say, okay, this things is going on. What was the story? I mean, they're okay right now.
Yeah, so yeah, they are really okay. So that's why. So I did talk to them and like all this panic is already gone. I
Yeah.
think nowadays I'm panicking more than China
Okay.
because now like we are having the new cases every day, so I'm scared more than them.
Okay. Yeah, Akila, so you are in a home quarantine, I hope so. So how you are enjoying your home quarantine, and as a student, how you are passing your times, and what lesson you learned during the time of the lockdown?
Okay. So I have spent more time with my friends. Sorry, my family. And I'm always, these days we are having online lectures and all. We are a bit busy of this. With the assignments and all. That is how basically I spend my vacation. But these days we are having some issue with regarding foods to find. It's a bit difficult now because it's our city also locked down, so it's a bit difficult to find food. So these days I am I'm finding a solution for this. These days this is just as this is I'm I'm spending my, quarantine period like just so with my brother, listening to music. Always spend my time with my father, mother, and my father is bit tall and very bit sick, so my eyes are always on him. If he get infected, it will be in a big problem. So I'm always caring about him and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, Maftuna, if I ask you like how you are passing your time and what things you learn and during the time, because in our age this is a kind of this is a new lesson for us because it is the first time this pandemic has happened and we all are scared about it. So what lesson you learned during the home quarantine and during this pandemic, and what things you usually do when you are in home quarantine?
So I'm agree with Akila. The first advantage is that I'm really spending a lot of time with my family, and I'm studying the same time. So now the good thing for me that I start learning Chinese really deeply. So I'm spending a lot of time for learning language, and I already start learning two other languages also. And it's not that boring as everyone is saying. It's not that bad like everyone is saying.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be used to like the previous discussion when I did with the, in my show there was a guest from Bangkok, and there was a guest from USA, Nepal, and India. So basically, the most of the people are talking about the panic situation this is going on around the world. But on these discussions, I think this kind of a new message from for the audience, like you guys are so cool and you are passing your time in a wonderful way. So Akila, like if I ask you why you choose China, and I mean, what things derives you to go to the China, and what goals you want to achieve
If you you are
from
talking
China?
about, are you talking about the about
I'm
the
talking about the
studies?
university studies, and what about your aim? What goals you want to achieve?
If you talk about my side, I'm a student in civil engineering, so everyone knows that China is very good at constructions all around the world. So I thought, and my father thought, if I go to China, then I will get the best knowledge from around the world. So there's another thing in my country, in Sri Lanka, there are a lot of opportunity. If I speak Chinese, if I know the culture of China, so I have some opportunities. So that's why I went to China. And when went to China, China was very developed country and economical friendly country actually. Like anyone can anyone can study in a good university for some good price, good fees. Okay, so and let's say if you talk about the environment, it's very friendly environment for studying, and we can spend our time valuable. We valuably. Um, that's it. That's why I choose China because of that. And
I mean, if
even
I
the
ask you like
lectures. Yeah.
what goal you wanna achieve from China, like what about your aims? And everyone are talking about okay, maybe someone will do the job in the construction level. I mean, someone will join the Chinese company or around the world. Like what goal you wanna achieve?
Uh, yeah, you're correct. So I just want to get a job from Chinese company. So even in Sri Lanka, there are a lot of companies. Even Chinese banks are in Sri Lanka nowadays. So I think we
Yeah,
know I have much more opportunities in the future. So
yeah.
let's see. Hope for the best.
Yeah, I think this is all the wish from us too. So Maftuna, and like why if the same questions to you, and also like which goal you want to achieve, and if I ask you like okay, right after when you will and what kind of difficulties you faced from the very beginning.
Okay, so from the beginning, the difficult. It was just like living far from my family. It was a little bit difficult to live by myself, to choose or decide something. Like I think everyone is facing some kind of a little bit problem, and it's a little bit difficult to face with them alone. But I had two. I already had applied for two universities. One of the in Russia, and the second one is in China. So I said to my parents, like, if um, I'll go to China first, because the second university in Russia, it was supposed to start on January. They said, like, just go and see, like, if you want, like, you can come to Russia and study anytime. But I decided to stay in China. I understood that I can have a lot of opportunities in the future if I will continue studying in China. And the people, they are really cool. They are really friendly in China. And as I said before, I really love the Chinese educational system.
Yeah, this is kind of amazing message to the world, like, and from you, those who are the both of the you from the Asian country, and because we know that right now the European people they're really facing a lot of problems, and you know if I share about my country here living the Bangladesh, even the most of the developing country they already cancel the order of our of our RMG sector. You know 85% of our economy come from the RMG sectors, but right now they already cancel. So in these situations, if Akila, if I ask you like what role right now China can play to the world, like to the country like Bangladesh, like Sri Lanka, like India, what role China can play? Because we know that in this area, in this region, like China is China is an amazing player. Like they can play a lot different kind of role. And what role China can play?
Yeah, for my country, we are importing, everything, almost everything from China. So nowadays we are not importing anything because of this condition. So we couldn't import anything from beginning as well, because they had the crisis, sorry, the pandemic situation in there. Then now we have the pandemic situation as well. So I think even we are a part of world, right? So we have equal responsibilities and duties to carry on after the pandemic, to get back the normal economy as a world, as a country, and as a community. So for China, they need to play a big role, because they're handling a big percentage of world economy. So I think they have to work hard. I think better than more than us. Sri Lanka is a very very small country. If they play hard, they we know Sri Lanka will get the benefit as well. So I think
Yeah.
everyone, even though small or big country, everyone has the equal responsibilities and duties on this situation to get back a normal economy to their
Yeah,
countries.
this is a hope for every country, because you know this is one of the situations where every country are involved. Every country, under the same page. So in these circumstances, the people believe that when all the country they come together, maybe they can fight. It's not the only China factor or other country. So Maftoon, if I ask you like, and every day you are like you are keep in touch with families, you're living with your family members and your relatives, so what kind of problem right now the Uzbekistan people, like the people of Uzbek, they're facing because of the COVID-19, or what kind of problem the young generation will face in your country according to your observations?
Okay, okay. So I think the first problem is there are a lot of family in Uzbekistan uh, where the parents they are working, and now they can't work. some products, and especially like in my street, I have few families which they can't work now because everything is closed, even and the government, they are helping them to, they are a lot of their products. So I hope that will get well soon. So
Yeah, I mean, like every even in the even in USA, there's a lot of people they lose their job, and also, I mean, in the stock market, it's already crashed down, and a lot of things heat in the economical circle. So in this context, Akila, and we are going to finish our show. So before the finish shows, like, you had a wonderful experience in China. Right now, people divided into the different world. People are blaming each other. In this context, what will be your message to the world as a young? What will be your message to the young generation?
First of all, I would say, the COVID-19 spreads from person to person. So if we unite as a world, we can defeat this pandemic situation. So if we when we win this game, actually this is a game, very hard game. So when we win the game, we will get everything back. So this is not the right time to blame each and everyone. I think this is the right time to unite, unite as a world, as a country, as a as humans. So this is like a common, this is a common problem now. So we have to face to this as a human. Um, so I think I'm requesting to everyone, don't blame anyone. This is not a race. This is against every human and animal as well. So I think I'm requesting them to don't fight. Let's fight again only with coronavirus. So we will get everything back. What we need, whatever we need, they will come after this game. If we
Yeah,
win
I
this game.
mean, yeah, I mean that should be the message to the world. I mean, you say it in a wonderful way. I think that message to the young generation, rather than they will panic, and I think they'll follow, or they'll understand the situations, because the young generations is a power of a country, because this is a time to all work together. If Maftun, like, if you want to say something to my audience, and if you say something to the world, what will be your message?
okay, so the first thing I want to ask everyone, stay safe and stay home. So, I understood one thing, like everywhere, everyone is saying to just stay home, please help to yourself, help to your family. But there are some people who is not getting it serious. I just want to ask people to be patient. So everything will be all right. We just need to like stay and don't waste your time. So we have a lot of things to do in
Yeah,
quarantine.
and
Yeah, I
even
would
if
like to.
it, please.
Sorry, I would. Yeah, I would like to add some point, because our governments are giving us a health instruction, so we must obey their instructions and we have to follow them. And we have to keep the social distance. We know this is very hard. We know this is very very critical situation, but we should be patient. Everything will be all right, as Maftuna mentioned. So we, you know, let's hope for the best again.
Yeah, I think, and both of you are amazing, and both of you are so optimistic. So I think all the people, those who are watching our show, I think we try to give a message to the world. This is a time not to blame with each other, and this is a time to create a bonding and create a communication bridge, so that we can share each other feelings, so that we can share each other sorrow and happiness. So thank you, both of you. And I'd like to say to the world, and I'd like to thank the audience from the Sri Lanka, and I'd like to thank the audience from the Uzbekistan. And I hope around the world, and this is a globe, and we should fight together. And we believe the recreation is on lockdown, kindness is on lockdown, love is on lockdown, even conversation and creativity is on lockdown. So if you stay safe, and rather than isolating psychologically to others, and we can like maintain the physical distance, but still we can love each other, and we can love to the people, even those who are COVID-19 affected. And thank you everyone, and thank you to the show, and I hope the next day you will enjoy the show with other person from the different world. Thank you, bye bye, and have a good night from Bangladesh.